What's good, guys? It's your boy Anime Manga Reviews, and today I'm coming back at you guys with a Black Clover prediction video for chapter 270. And also at the end of the video, I'm going to be giving you guys updates on my channel and different announcements and just important things that's going to come to the channel pretty soon, and even update with my YouTube situation. You guys know what I'm saying. But anyway, guys, let's get right into it. So overall, I think that Yuki Tabata may be taking a break from the Asta versus the anti-magic devil fight. Now, you may be wondering why, and why would Yuki Tabata just leave this off on a cliffhanger? Well, because he's done this before, like multiple times. This is something that's not very, unique to Yuki Tabata. He did this a few chapters ago with the Asta and the Dante fight, and the Yami versus Dante. I believe that when the start of the fight between Yami and Dante, I think that went about maybe for about 3 chapters until we saw it again, because it switched over back to the Noelle situation. I still want to see Noelle and the other Black Bulls and Leopold just train, because I really want to know what ultimate magic is. I know that I said this in the past prediction video, but at the same time, it's something that I am wondering. However, in the off case that we actually do see a fight between the anti-magic devil and Asta, I do kind of want to see more about just demonology and just the history of the demons and the underworld and stuff, so that Asta can actually be able to get a better understanding of where the anti-magic demon is really coming from. And hopefully that is something that we eventually see in Black Clover chapter 270, because if we notice from last chapter, I didn't really even peep this until afterwards. The anti-magic demon actually dodged the attack that Asta was about to deliver, sort of like that final blow. I was really surprised at it, because originally when I saw it, I was like, this fight is like over. And so, again, there's probably going to be, if we don't see a continuation with Noelle and the elves, we're most likely going to see the continuation of the fight between Asta and the anti-magic demon, because certainly, he's just dodging that attack. And again, guys, when I saw that last week, I was like, there's no way he's going to win. But at the same time, the anti-magic demon is possibly going to have something else coming out of his bag, which just brings up more just questions. Why don't they just talk it out? And I know that this guy is so upset by what happened to him, especially with Lucifero and the rest of the demons. However, at the same time, he does need to work with Asta, and he knows this. Like, there's just no question about it. It's not like with the Noct situation, whereby he literally had to essentially make all these demons his servants. They really didn't necessarily have a connection to Noct. However, with the anti-magic demon and Asta, they have that connection that has lasted for a very long time, especially if we do get confirmation that that woman that we saw in the flashback was indeed Asta's mother, because that's even more of a connection to the flashback. And at the same time, I'm just very curious, because this hasn't really been said yet. Does the anti-magic demon actually know, or kind of get the hint that Asta and this woman is connected? Now, we did see in the flashbacks, but I'm just really curious. And we do know for a fact that the anti-magic demon most likely loved this woman like a mother. And so it's just, I don't know, guys, it just throws me for a loop. Like, why would he just act so aggressive and rageful towards Asta, even though he may have even the slightest inclination that he may be the son of the same woman that had took care of him and treated him like a human being, when everyone else had just ostracized him, even his own people, like the demons in the underworld. It seems just, I don't know, kind of just selfish, I guess, like not really being thankful. You would be thinking at least that he would just try to talk to Asta at first and maybe say, hey, I knew your mom and this, that, and the fourth. But so far in the series, at least in these latest chapters, I don't think that the anti-magic demon really fully knows that. He may kind of get like the inclination or just reminded of it, but at the same time, maybe he just has no idea, which is pretty odd to me, because Asta's mother and Asta look just alike. And even if it is an ancestor, it's still kind of like the same situation. They look very similar. You would just think like, okay, anti-magic demon, he knows it's Asta's mother. Let's just work together. Your mom did this for me, but who knows? But anyway, another thing that could really just kind of take a turn, and something that I may want to see, is actually the training for the Black Bulls, in terms of, with Ghost, with Gray, and the rest of them that Noct didn't take with him. I do want to see how they're going to progress, because Noct has basically told them that they were kind of like useless. And so it'd be pretty cool to see them training and just develop just new abilities. I want to see what Vanessa's going to bring out her bag. I know I did a video raging on Fenrir, and I'm still saying that he does suck, but hopefully he does get some type of boost here because he does need to kind of bridge that power gap. And even the rest of the Black Bulls, you know, they're always going to find a way to find cool ways just to get more powerful and create new techniques. We even saw that with Ghost and Asta when they were facing off against Dante, when Ghost had used his mirror magic combined with Asta's anti-magic, and they had to basically make Dante go 260% in that fight. So it's pretty cool to see this, even though Dante had just distorted space and pretty much just, handled them like they were little children. But at the same time, again, guys, it'll be pretty awesome to see just the Black Bulls just training together. I want to see what Magna and Zora's working on, because we have seen that, you know, Magna, he was pretty upset that he couldn't necessarily use the Ruin magic, and Luck just mastered it. And I do like what Luck had said. Luck had said, look, if he's not strong enough to master this, then he's just basically worthless. But he was saying that just to encourage Magna. So hopefully, you know, Zora and Magna can come up with something that's pretty awesome. Zora, he's pretty resourceful. Like, this is the one thing I will say about Zora, is that I believe that Zora is so far the only person that we've seen so far in the series that uses trap magic, or rather ash magic, and he uses the ash to turn that into trap magic. And so imagine if Zora could have the use of ruins and he teaches Magna that. Like, that would be pretty cool. Or what if Zora figures out a way to use the Clover Kingdom's version of ruin magic? Because we've seen how ruin magic just boosts the mage's ability just tenfold. We saw it with Luck. I don't think that we really saw it with Noelle yet. That's the one thing that was pretty interesting. I know this is kind of like sidestepping a little bit, but if you guys notice in that fight with Vonica, Noelle didn't necessarily use ruin magic. She did have a new form, but overall we didn't really see her use ruin magic. And I know that we saw that in the anime, but that was just a mistake that wasn't supposed to be shown. I know that they had a news story about that. That Yuki Tabata was pretty upset by the animator for actually revealing it so soon, but yeah, hopefully we get to see Noelle use some ruin magic soon, because I just assume that Loba Chica taught her a lot. And also, just to recap on the past chapter, let's give it up for Asta. Like, we really just have to congratulate our boy. Like, he really has picked up these techniques from all of his teachers. Everything from Lit to Yami to Mars, from, you know, it's just amazing what Asta has done. One thing about Asta, I think really people just sleep on the fact that he picks up things pretty fast. Like, he's a pretty good tactician. He learns things at a very high rate. I believe that he's on the same level as Luck in terms of just talent in general. Like, Asta has talent. And what I mean by talent is like his brain. Like, it's not always the abilities that you're born with. And I think that the basketball player like Kevin Durant, he actually has a shirt like basically talent doesn't beat hard work, you know, when talent fails. And that's kind of like the one thing that I love about Asta, is that even when he was faced off against Dante, even in his enraged form, he was able to get a hit in on Dante. So that just proves that our boy Asta just has latent abilities that we're really going to see in the future. And on another side note, I think that we may be getting to see the Dark Triad soon in the upcoming chapters, because we haven't seen them maybe about possibly maybe about 10 chapters, or maybe like less than that, maybe like 5 chapters. What are they up to? I want to see how Dante is really reacting to his L. Like, he took a major defeat, and maybe, I don't know, Xenon just giving him like an earful of how much he sucks, but what are they planning? Like, of course we know that, you know, it's a few days before they actually open up the gates, but at the same time, I'm just very curious about that. And also, this is an update on my YouTube situation. So guys, I put in a referral by YouTube, or rather to YouTube, against the 2 copyright strikes that Shueisha have filed on me. Hopefully they're going to be removed soon. I know that Shueisha, they don't even necessarily respond to the copyright strikes. Like, if you actually put a referral against it, they don't really say anything. So it's like a very hard situation just to deal with, because I'm in the middle, because I do want to blur out the panels in the future, because it just makes it a whole lot better for me to just talk about what's actually being shown instead of just using fan art all the time. Fan art is cool, but it doesn't always show what I want to actually talk about. And so I'm thinking about blurring them out so Shueisha can't copyright strike me, because they're just very annoying. Some people have said this is just like a fan account and it's not actually real, which I'm getting to just, I don't know. It's just, I'm done with it. I really am done. Not with YouTube, guys. It's just, Shueisha is just so stupid. And if it is like a fake account is what I mean, then YouTube just needs to get to the bottom of it. They really don't help out YouTubers when it comes to this type of stuff. They're very lazy about it, but if more anime YouTubers and manga reviewers actually got together and said something about it and brought a case against YouTube, as I said before in previous videos, then YouTube would just change their policy on it, because that's what they just need to do in general. Because after a while, it's just getting so tiring. Other channels have been hit with more copyright strikes. I know the Masked Man did a couple of videos about that. And Shueisha, I just don't see a point, because in general, if your goal is just to remove your product off of YouTube, why do you not respond to emails? It would seem like they would respond to emails and say, no, we're very firm on this, and then get the videos removed, but they don't do it. They just file a copyright strike, and then that's it. So anyway, guys, that does it for me today. Those are my predictions for the upcoming chapter. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Also subscribe if you're new to my channel. Comment down below, and also hit that like button, guys. It does so well for the algorithm. Also, let's get the comment section jumping. I love conversation, even if you guys agree with me or don't agree with me. And also, make sure you guys stay safe out there, and peace.